So when to use the noun case? When a subject we consider, when a noun or a pronoun which is used in the place of a subject to another word in a sentence, then it is used as a nominative case. Example, Milton wrote Paradise Lost. Who wrote the Paradise Lost? Milton. So Milton is here the subject. So it is called as Milton as a nominative case. So when you go to the objective case, have you read Paradise Lost? Have you read Paradise? Have you, it is the subject in this sentence, and what you read? Paradise Lost. Paradise Lost is the object in this sentence. So thus it is called as objective case. And the possessive means you already learned earlier, when it shows the ownership. When it shows the ownership, then it called as a possessive case. I read Milton's Paradise. Whose paradise you have read? Milton's Paradise. So Milton's, when apostrophe s, when you write it, then it shows the position, the ownership of that book. So it is called a possessive case. So all the three cases we have studied: the nominative case, the objective case, and the possessive case. So in the nominative case, the subject we identify; in the objective case, the object we identify; and in the possessive case, the ownership, whom does it belong. Okay, the ownership of the noun we identify. And earlier in the last previous class, we have studied about the direct object and the indirect object. So when a object means, when a subject gives something to the object, then it is called the direct object. The children distributed chocolates. Okay. So the children is the subject and the chocolates is object in that sentence. But if I say the child distributed chocolates to the students. So the child is the subject in this sentence. Chocolates are the object in this sentence. And whom did he distribute? To the students. To the students. Students are the indirect object in this sentence. If I say, my father gifted a Barbie doll. My father is the subject, gifted a Barbie doll. Barbie doll is an object. So there is no indirect object in this sentence. If I say, my father gifted me a Barbie doll, then my father in this sentence is the subject, Barbie doll is the object, and me is the indirect object whom the gift is given. So kinds of pronouns. There are near about 8 kinds of pronouns. So today just we will study the personal pronouns. What are the personal pronouns? The pronouns which refers to the people, things that are being talked about. For the personal pronouns, I is used for the singular and we is used for the plural. And the second person, the first person, second person, and third person. The first person is the speaker. Second person is the listener. And the third person is whom you are talking about. Okay, we had 3 persons. The first person is the speaker, second person is the listener, and the third person is whom you are talking about. When you talk about the first person for the pronoun, in the singular you use I, and in the plural you use we. And for the second person, you use you in the singular as well as in the plural. And if you talk about the third person, he, she, it. It is used in the singular, and they and them is used in the plural. This is how the personal pronouns. If I am playing, then it can be said as we are playing, she is playing, he is playing. Okay. So next it is reflexive pronouns. The reflexive pronouns are the pronouns that reflect on the action which is done by the subject. What is the reflexive pronouns? The pronouns that reflects the action done by the subject upon itself is called a reflexive pronoun. Example, I slapped myself for spoiling my work. So the action you have done on yourself. I is the subject here, slapped is the verb, and myself. You did the action yourself. The action which is reflecting on the subject is called the reflexive pronoun. The other example, he hurt himself while playing. So hurt himself. Hurt is the verb and himself it is reflecting on the subject he. So he hurt himself while playing. This is the reflexive pronoun. So here it is used as myself, himself, themselves. Okay. And the next it is emphatic pronoun. Emphatic pronoun is the word which emphasize upon the action done by the subject. It emphasizes the action what the subject has done. I myself cleaned the vessels. So myself cleaned the vessels means the word myself is the pronoun which is emphasizing more on the subject. In the before what it is there, the action, it was reflecting on the action in the reflexive, but when it comes to the emphasizing, it emphasizes more on the subject. I myself cleaned the vessels. She herself admitted her mistake. So these are called as emphasizing pronouns, which emphasize more on the subject. The next it is indefinite pronouns. Indefinite pronouns are the pronouns that talk about the people, things in a general way. Nobody, no one, all, one, none. These all comes under the indefinite pronouns. One does not know what to say here. Okay. So one, what it is saying, that it is saying about the person or the thing. So one does not know. One, it is used as a people here. So one does not know what to say here. Who will say? The people will say. So it is emphasizing the people here. So one, it is an indefinite pronoun. Nobody want to join the meeting. Nobody want to join the meeting. Again, nobody, it is referring to a person or the people. So again, nobody is an indefinite pronoun. Next, it is distributive pronoun. Distributive pronoun, it is also a pronoun which talks about the people or the things which is taken in an whole or distributed in a parts. Each child want to take the part. Each means again it is everyone in the whole, it is want to take the part in the competition. Okay, each child want to take part in the competition. So here it is indicating as each as distributive pronoun. Either of the directions lead to same destination. Either of the directions, again we are saying that the things, the two ways which can be lead to the different destination. So either, neither, each, everyone, these all comes under the distributive pronouns.